Wake up! Take the pillow from your head and put a book in it. It's time. Wake up! Take the pillow from your head and put a book in it. Wake up! Take the pillow from your head and put a book in it. It's time. Wake up! Take the pillow from your head and put a book in it. It's time. Wake up! Take the pillow from your head and put a book in it. It's wake up! Take the pillow from your head and put a book in it. It's
Welcome.
At the top of the pile.
How y'all doing? Y'all have to excuse me. I wasn't planning on coming on today, but some ran across my news feed, and I think everybody need to pay attention to this. Now, everybody, from what I've been from the notifications that I've been getting, been worried about if it ain't Mystery Van, is this Skillet. And why everybody been worried about this frivolous, not real stuff going on YouTube, some real stuff about to go down in under a week. As a matter of fact, November 13th. So instead of trying to sit here and explain to y'all, I'm going to share this clip with y'all. It's a little under 20 minutes, but I would really appreciate if you all would sit and just watch it, because it's going to affect all of us. When I say all of us, I mean all melanated people are going to be affected by this. I want to thank everybody that's in the room. Please thumbs up or thumbs down, but really this ain't that type of video. So let me share this with y'all.
So the Obama administration came to me because these big corporations were trying to get bigger. They were trying to buy bigger assets. And so the Obama administration came to me and said, Comcast wants to buy this and Charter wants to buy that, blah, blah, blah. Are they good corporate citizens? And I said, do you want the Hollywood answer or do you want the real answer? They said, we want the real answer. I said, the answer is not
just sit through and watch it.
Citizens. He says, they said, how do you figure? I said, well, the industry spends $70 billion a year licensing. $70 billion. And African American only media gets zero.
Hey, Rita. Hey.
They said,
hey, Vivian.
But what are you willing to do? I said, they said people were afraid to speak up because of reciprocity, of the repercussions. And I said, I'll speak up. And I said, but I'm going to do it in a way we won't have to deal with it anymore. So I filed these lawsuits that ended up being historic. I filed a $20 billion lawsuit against Comcast and a $10 billion lawsuit against Charter. And
why weren't you afraid to do that as a TV guy?
Once again, you got to burn the knee pads. And I knew we were positioned to fail. We didn't have true economic inclusion, that we weren't really dealing with the fourth and final chapter. So I said, we're going to do this the right way. So we took them to court in downtown. One of the judges ruled in
welcome, Comcast Queen Lady, welcome.
And the other judge ruled on the Comcast lawsuit. The other judge ruled in our favor on the Charter case. Charter didn't like it. They said, let's go to the Ninth Circuit. I said, well, if you're going to take me to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, I'll take Comcast to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals.
Wow.
So we went to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And then something historic happened. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled in our favor not once, but twice on both Comcast and Charter. Comcast was very upset about it and said, well, we're going to take this to the Supreme Court. And now, that's going on now. Now we're going to be in the Supreme Court November 13th.
You said you felt like that was an insult to the Black community.
It is a big insult to the Black community because the truth of the matter is what I need the Black community to truly understand. My case really isn't in the Supreme Court anymore. We, unfortunately, are in the Supreme Court. What happened was the Supreme Court said, we're not going to look at the Byron Allen case with Comcast.
I had a feeling about that. I had a feeling about that, Vivian, but this needs to be shared.
Between you guys. But we are going to look at the Civil Rights Act of 1866, Section 1981.
Now, what is that exactly?
Yeah, great question. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 was put on the books after, so we were freed pretty much December of 1865. And instead of getting what some historians believe, reciprocity, 40 acres and a mule, we got this law. We got this law, and basically it says we will have fair contracting, economic inclusion in government contracting and in commercial contracting, because they knew that the newly freed slaves, African Americans, were not going to be treated freely in commercial contracting, and it was essential for us to be integrated into the financial fiber of America. So this law was put on the books 153 years ago to make sure we had an economic pathway for economic inclusion. 150, it's the very first civil rights statute in America. It gave birth to civil rights, and it is the civil rights statute that allows us to have economic inclusion and stop economic genocide. So what Comcast said, and the Ninth Circuit told them to get out of here with this, Comcast said, in order for you or Byron or anybody, any minority, to use this law, you must prove that the reason we discriminated against you is 100% because you are Black. The sole reason we discriminated against you, Charlemagne, is that you are 100% of the reasons that you're Black. It could be 99% that you're Black and 1% that you're wearing tennis shoes. And you can't use the law. You can't bring the lawsuit against me. So they're eviscerating it. They're making it impossible for you.
Basically, he filed a lawsuit against Comcast and another
and Charter. That's what they're pushing for. They're pushing
because they
for
blocked him from
this civil
buying
rights statute to go away. Now, with the
the
Ninth
Weather
Circuit
Channel
said in favor of Black folks and all minorities, Hispanics,
But if you,
Asians,
the
everybody,
way he
then it's not
explains
the
it,
sole reason, which is the but for.
this is
It's the
way
motivating
beyond
factor.
buying a
Any part of
TV
the
network or
reason
buying
that they
a TV
discriminated
station.
against you,
Honestly, after seeing this,
but there it is. It's impossible. So it can't be.
I'm this
So if it's
close to
20%
canceling
or
my
30%,
service with
any part of it,
Comcast.
now you can use it. So that is why we're in the Supreme Court. Now, here's what's happened. Comcast went and got what's known as an amicus brief, a friend of the court, got Donald Trump's Department of Justice to write.
Hey,
them an amicus
Demetra,
brief
welcome,
saying,
baby.
yes, let's roll.
Can y'all
minorities
hear
back
me?
to 1865. Let's take those Negroes back to slavery. So I thought
they're actually putting that on the books.
the Donald Trump's DOJ wrote an amicus brief in favor of in favor of Comcast's position against us.
Thank you, baby.
And not only that, which we thought was unbelievable and hideous, something we've never seen. Comcast said, well, listen, we have 30 minutes in front of the Supreme Court, and Byron has 30 minutes in front of the Supreme Court. But you know what we're going to do? Comcast, this is what Comcast said. We're going to give 10 of our 30 minutes in front of Donald Trump's Supreme Court. We're going to give 10 of our 30 minutes to Donald Trump's DOJ. So now, on November 13th, we're standing in the Supreme Court in a Donald Trump era where we've got Donald Trump's DOJ arguing against us to take the original, the first civil rights statute and eviscerate it.
Hold on now, Mr. Allen. Now, given the makeup of the federal courts, aren't you concerned that this new case can undo civil rights for a whole generation?
It could take us back to 1865, all minorities.
So is it worth it?
I didn't petition to bring it to the Supreme Court. They did. Right. And then what they did is they made what I consider, what I call institutionalized racism. They treat us like we are a bunch of monkeys.
But that's how they look at it.
That's right, looking for a banana. So here's what they say. Hey, Byron, drop the case.
Right, that's what they're trying to make you do.
Drop the case. Drop the case and we might meet with you. We might work with you. Well, that's a racist offer. That's a I think you're nothing more than a monkey and here's a banana.
Now, playing the white devil's advocate here, right?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, shouldn't you, want to kind of drop the case if it's going to set us back?
Okay. That's just the gist of it is this. Basically, to keep this man from buying this station, they are going after civil rights as a whole. And if they succeed with the way they're going, that means that the law that was put in place to assure that Black people, well, back in the day, that basically Black people was treated fairly in the workforce, they're going after that. They're trying to do away with that, which would do away with civil rights as a whole. So yeah, November 13th is a very important day. And even though I think I work that day, I'm still gonna be listening and seeing what they do and how this play out. I'm just saying this is and like I said, I didn't have no plans on coming on. Excuse me, because I'm still okay, Demetri, because I'm still started at like the 40. I think this started at like the 42, 43 minute mark because it's like an hour and 15-minute interview. And I think you started at like the 43-minute mark. But okay. That's why I stopped it, because I really wanted to play the whole thing so that you all could see and it could be explained better than I could explain it. But like I said, when I saw this, I really wasn't gonna come on today because I'm still under the weather. But I saw this, and from what I see and from what I'm seeing, what folks is on here talking about, it's real shit going on that we need to be concerned about, because in a little under a week, we could be screwed. As melanated people, we could be screwed. Basically, if they rule in favor of Comcast, that means that you can get fired from your job. I mean, for out and out racism just because you're Black, and you wouldn't be able to obtain a lawyer that would be willing to work without getting paid up front, because you will have to prove that 100% of the reason why you were fired was because you were Black. Now, it could be 99.9% that you was Black and 0.1% that you was late. Well, it won 100%. So, that's what that rule that they trying to block down, trying to knock down, protects Black people from. But this all goes back to 2016, election night 2016. I tried to tell folks, I wasn't on here then, but if y'all, I'm gonna get some of my old Facebook videos and upload them. But on Facebook, I kept telling people, get your ass out and vote. Get your ass out and vote. And you had people going in there voting for the what was that gorilla, ape that got killed in that zoo? Voting for him, voting for Oprah, putting their mama name, Henderson name, all this other bullshit. Then you had, and yes, I'm finna blame them again, because they do foot part of the blame for why we got Mango Unchained running around 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Bernie Sanders supporters that got all up and touched in their spirit and all in their feelings because Bernie didn't get the nomination. They cheated Bernie, and decided to vote for Jill Stein, a not voter at all. And when they was telling you every non-vote and every vote for somebody outside of Hillary was a vote for Trump. But didn't nobody think that Mango Unchained was gonna get elected? Oh, this country ain't that stupid. You crazy. And see, now we fast forward. Now he got what, 2 picks? He had 2 picks for the Supreme Court. His Department of Justice, which is mixed up in this. Hey, LaShonda, welcome, baby. So yeah, and you know, my boy out of Oakland, what up to Don't Even, he kept telling us, when he did his videos, he kept saying, you know, that they kept mentioning civil war. They kept, and I had been, you know, if this happens, it's gonna be a civil war. It's gonna be, that's all I remember hearing, like the first 6 months after this clown got elected. Oh, it's gonna be a civil war. It's gonna be a civil war. And now you know what they up to, because if they get rid of that law, yeah, we do go back to 1865 where we didn't have no rights. And let's say on my job where I am, for what I do, I am very well compensated, but with both salary wise and benefits package. They could have me out there for minimum wage. And I think minimum wage here is $7.25 an hour. And I'm finna tell y'all right now, I'm not finna do what I do for no goddamn $7.25 an hour and no benefits. This is why I say, okay, yeah, all this stuff that's going on here is fun. It's good for a ha-ha and a kiki, but it's real world stuff going on. You know, nothing against the people that, you know, that's their thing. That's their niche. That's their it factor, which according to a certain somebody I don't have. Well, if having an it factor means I got to be blind to what's going on in the real world, then I won't ever have that it factor, and I'll be satisfied with my 600 subs that I got. Although I did have a dream that I did cross over to that 1,000 mark. So hopefully that's a sign of things come, but that's another thing. That's neither here or there. Folks, it's real stuff going on. It is real stuff. Y'all better pay attention. Just like this past Tuesday, it was an election. And I must admit, I didn't go vote because it wasn't the general. We weren't picking the mayor or where I stay or nothing like that. But now I'm beginning to see why they say every time there's an election, you need to vote, because every level determines how you're going to live. So, yeah, I will be watching real closely for November 13th. And I just find it funny because they said they decided that they're going to show the impeachment testimonies. They're going to make those public and air those. And I do believe it's starting either on the 13th or the 14th. Here's my thing. He can get impeached, but he's not going to get removed. And I'm going to tell you why. Because while the Democrats run one house, they don't run the one that would actually have to vote to get his ass up out of there. The only way we're going to get Mango Unchained up out of here is in a year from now to get up off our arses and go vote, regardless of who get the nomination, regardless or if Warren gets the Democratic nomination, or if Buttigieg, or if whoever is running against Mango Unchained is who I'm voting for. That has a chance of winning. Those independent and libertarian parties, this country is not ready for that. It's sad to say, but they are not ready. So people, we need to get up and vote, because slowly but surely, I mean, if you look at it, if you look at it, as far as women go, they already trying to take away women's rights. Because whether you agree with it or not, a woman's right to choose. I know in Georgia and in Alabama, Alabama passed the most ridiculous ass law I have ever seen. But fortunately enough, the high courts blocked the one in Alabama and in Georgia. They are trying to take away our rights as women to choose what happens to our body, because they are saying if a woman gets raped and gets pregnant, that was God's will. Really? Well, for one, there's a thing called separation of church and state. So you ain't got no business being on the Senate floor talking about putting God in it. Because you cannot be my moral compass. That would be between me and my God. But then I appreciate you. A lot of time, and that's why where I work at, it's a lot of older gentlemen that work with me, that I work around, and outside the one that I talked about a couple weeks ago. And then he a cool dude, but we got to talking because they know I'm an Alabama fan. They at University of Roll Tide all day, but I was boycotting because they passed that dumbass law. And he was like, "Well, you know why they did that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're trying to tell women what to do with their body." He was like, "No." He was like, "The majority of women that's having that procedure done are Caucasians, which is making the once master race a minority." Because let's be for real, we can tell by Latinos, they're Catholic, majority Catholic, they don't believe in it. Black folks, when you find out you're pregnant and even utter the syllable which could be for the procedure or adoption, oh Lord have mercy, because that's been indoctrinized in our head, and we really need to take a step back. But it's majority white women that's having that procedure done, which means there's less white children being born. And now with the immigration of people coming from all parts of the world, from brown countries, I'm just gonna put it like that, and then with the mixing of races, it's safe to say that in about 50 years there will be no pure race. And they don't want that. So people, we need to wake up. And I had said this before. Why, yeah, I'm all here for the fool-la-la that go on here, get the chuckle and everything. And I had said in one of my earlier lives, earlier in the year, that around November, if y'all follow me, I get real political. Majority of my stuff will be be on politics and what BS they trying to pour on our head and tell us it's raining. It's like they're trying to piss on our head. And I hope I don't close out this whole thing. Wait a minute. Okay. Piss on our head and tell us it's raining. Where my tea at? Y'all forget. Excuse me. Ooh, get some of that concoction Lady P told me about. That's what I'm sipping on. Shout out to Lady P and LaShonda Green Gospel and everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all coming listening to me rant. But yeah, my stuff get real political. This is when I really start following like the Democratic debates, because like when the nominees were first announced, I was Kamala. I jumped on that Kamala Harris bandwagon just because she was a Black woman. Yes, I'm with her. Then I got to looking and really searching her background, and a lot of stuff that she's saying didn't make sense. Just like you know, she was on the Breakfast Club and made a comment that, you know, she used to smoke weed and listen to Tupac and Biggie when she was in college. Well, baby, when you was in college, Tupac and Biggie weren't even out. So, you know, if you'll lie about something like that, you know, so that kind of turned me off with her. Plus, okay, you saying you used to smoke weed, but in California, you've not locked up. You're responsible for locking up a number of people for smoking weed before they made it legal. But you know, like I said, I really went on yesterday. I was in and out of different chats for a minute, and all I heard was about the mystery van, and then this with Tracy and vlogs and all that. But no, it's some real stuff going on that we need to start paying attention to. And if y'all don't nobody else on here do it and bring it over here in this sector, because I've heard that this is the roast and gag, the beefing sector. If don't nobody else want to bring it, then I'll bring it. And if that means that I don't get none but 4-5 views on my lives or my videos, I'll sacrifice that. But at least I know that I brought information that people can use to make and be informed to make. Hey, Auntie Donna, welcome. To make an informed decision when it comes to these polls that's coming up in less than a year. And these primaries. I'm just saying, Thank you, Camille. Like I said, I wasn't even going to come on, but I saw that my boy don't even, told me to watch that. Welcome, Doreen. And I watched it. I was like, hell no. Just because this man, and what people don't realize is, like, people's like Byron Allen. How he trying to? Byron Allen is worth over $400 million. Quiet as kept. See, that's the difference between having money, being rich, and having wealth. See, he got wealth, but he don't. You don't see him all on the TV. Doing how they used to call it back in the day, Big Willie style. Because if Comcast and Charter hadn't tried to block him from buying the Weather Channel, we would have never knew. Probably Byron Allen would have never came up in nobody's mind. But y'all got to stay informed. Y'all got to pay attention to something that's other than what's going on over here. If you're gonna be on YouTube, go do like I do. Type in politics and see what come up. See, because while we've been over here, like I said, it was a big thing about this Skillet woman. Okay, I hear she tried to kill herself. I hope that's not true. I hope she seek help, because from what I'm sorry, but if you took 12 Benadryl, that usually will be your last head cold. Because Benadryl, what it do? A lot of people, when they think of Benadryl, they think that it will make you drowsy. Benadryl, if you take too many of them, will speed up your heart rate and bust your heart wide open. If you take too many of them. So I'm hoping, I'm praying, prayers after that sister. But it's other stuff. And this Mr. Van, whatever. I'm just saying, it's just what Demetrius said, Auntie. Hey, Auntie Donna. Okay. So yeah, while this sector can be entertaining, somebody need to be over here giving some information. Hey, Indigo baby. Somebody got to be over here giving the masses some information, and it might not be the popular information. It might not. Right. Okay. Right, Doreen, with 2, but take 2 more with them 2 and see what happens. You won't be, for one, you're gonna be hyper as all get out, and your heart is just gonna race. But yeah, if my platform has to be the one that's that's slow to get monetized or whatever and get that 1K, then I am more than willing to sacrifice my platform, knowing that I brought information that people can actually use. I let my platform be the one over here. Because like I said, I was told by a certain content creator that I didn't have the it factor no way. So if I ain't got to worry about having the it factor, then let me get and go do the research and give real information, true, honest, raw information. Okay, true, honest, raw information out to the masses, other than and not this homogenized BS that they want us focus on. Who y'all? Like I said, because like I said, I've been under the weather for the past couple. Who the hell calling me? Okay, Janet, I'll get back to you. But wait, hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I was away from my phone. It's all the way across the room. Well, welcome, Black Swan. Welcome to everybody. I appreciate y'all coming over here and listening to me rant. But yeah, it's time to get serious. Thank you, Camille. I got to thank Lady P for this concoction she told me to take. It got me over here sweating, and I ain't feeling no pain, I tell you nothing. But yeah, it's time to get serious. Like I said, it's time for me to get serious, because even I had got mixed up in this fool la la and all, because especially when I seen that about that girl over there in San Antonio, Po Baby, she just going, oh, welcome, Black Swan. Black Swan, basically what's going on is they trying to take us back to 1865, where they could, basically pay us minimum or nothing at all for doing the hardest work. I played a clip of Byron Allen's video interview with the Breakfast Club, but I didn't realize that, people warned me of how serious the Breakfast Club is. So if you type in Byron Allen's interview on the Breakfast Club and go to like the 43 minute mark and let it play, he'll tell you what's going on. And it's November 13th. And this is getting serious. So yeah, because, and I hate to say this, because I got a thing planned for this Saturday, but I probably won't do that. I probably won't, because like I said, I haven't been feeling good, and I haven't been able to do the research for it. So I think I'm just gonna take that whole whatchamacallit down. And probably going forward, a lot of my stuff gonna be political. And no, I know if a certain person hear this, I am not trying to be Miss Olivia the Oracle over here. But somebody need to bring it. Miss Olivia is I want to say is an older person. On November 13th. Okay, Byron Allen has been fighting with Comcast and Charter because they've been trying to block him from purchasing the Weather Channel. And Byron Allen's net worth is over $400 million. So he won at I think at the Ninth Circuit, they ruled in his favor. So then Charter took it to the Supreme Court, and they're trying to basically do away with the equal rights, civil rights as a whole, because when they signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1865, they went in 1891 and put in a part that stated, basically in layman's terms, you cannot discriminate against thank you, Demetri. I really you. But getting back to your question, you cannot discriminate on the basis of skin color. You have to give, basically, it was the law at the time, they had to give the newly freed slaves the same opportunity as they gave everybody else as far as pay. Exactly, Paige, as far as pay and economic opportunity. Well, Miss Charter and Miss Comcast, and I swear y'all, because I got Comcast and I am this close as the call. November 13th going is, you know what? Exactly. But see, the thing is, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised they didn't try. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried that with Byron, but his background is so squeaky clean. I mean, right. Because I'm gonna do a whole little thing, because we still got Jim Crow, and then we got what's called the new Jim Crow. If you hadn't read the book, the new Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander, I suggest you read it. Because I read it once, but it was a while ago, and I've had so much go on that, so I think I'm gonna read it again, just to be up on my shit. But yeah, I think, and plus, we just got to be informed, people, because they trying to send us back to 1865. Well, like I said earlier, like with my job is a really physical job. I mean, it's real physical. I mean, I'm outside 99% of the time in heat, rain, snow, cold, it don't matter. And like I said, I'm compensated pretty nicely for what I do between the salary they pay me, and the benefits that I get. But if they was to do what Comcast and Charter is wanting them to do, if the Chief Justices agree with Comcast and Charter, they could tell my black ass, well, we ain't got to give you these benefits, and we just gonna pay you $7.25 an hour, which is minimum wage, where I am, to do this job. And on that day, God forbid it happen, but on that day, if that comes, I'll be like, well, y'all can kiss my black ass goodbye. It's just that simple. This Mango Unchained got in the office. He got to working and messing with folks that weren't bothering him, because his folks talking about, oh, they're sneaking over here and taking our jobs. If a Mexican is taking your job, you got to have a pretty messed up job, because the majority, like these processing plants and like picking in and picking of fruits and vegetables and shit, that's the majority of the job that's held by the, like, people from the shithole countries, as he like to put it. So yeah, I think, I had been on some real carefree stuff. I'm still gonna get back to my football stuff because I am a sports fan. So on Tuesday, hopefully, if I'm feeling better, I'm up and sweating like a sinner in church. So hopefully this stuff is getting out my body. But I can get back on that because I just could not. I couldn't even do that. I was so under the weather. Oh yeah, and I had this thing, artist spotlight skit that I did put up a promo for, and I'm either gonna push that back or I'm not. I'm just gonna delete that promo because I haven't been able to do any of the research. I haven't felt like doing any of the research for it. And like I said, I wasn't gonna even get on here today, but when I got this little piece of information, let me see if I can bring my boy up. And let me see if I can bring my boy up and give y'all his take on it. Now, the only thing about this is I'm finna have to log out of here. I'm getting it. Okay, where do you log out of this thing? Because he's a son of a bitch. It got to be a way to bring this up without. Let me see. Let me see. Can I bring up the video? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let me see if I do this. Damn, it's still gonna have.
All minorities.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna play the audio of what he's saying because I can't bring it up without self-doxing. And I just want y'all to listen to this.
Man, y'all better watch that Byron Allen interview with Charlamagne the God, man. Y'all don't do nothing else. All minorities. Y'all need to really pay attention to what is about to happen. Y'all gonna hear me speak on this for all the way up until November the 13th. Now let me show y'all something. I'll peep again. I know a lot of y'all don't know law and how it works. Okay.
Damn, I wish I could share this without doxing myself.
Civil rights of 1865. When that law was put on the books, it was put on the books to give us all fair advantage. Supposedly we were free. Now, before I even say anything, let me just say this. If one of you motherfuckers who are a Trump supporter come on my wall today and you say anything ignorant, I'm going to delete your motherfucking ass. I don't ever want to talk to you again because let me just tell you something right now. Y'all keep saying this dude is not racist. Y'all keep saying that he's for blacks. They call us blacks. I don't use that term because I'm not black. I'm not a fucking crayon. I'm a descendant of. But I find it ironic that he comes in as the president. Now, they know this case was already on the books. They knew this case was getting ready to go to the next level. Okay, let me show you how wicked motherfuckers work. So here's what they say. Okay, the Ninth Circuit says they rule against them. The state court rules for them. Now we go to the Ninth Circuit. Ninth Circuit hears the Byron Allen cases and said, oh, you know what? I think he might have a case. When they realize that the Ninth Circuit ruled against them, guess what they decide to do? They say, well, check this out. We want to go to the Supreme Court. Why would you want to go to the Supreme Court? I'll tell you why you want to go to the Supreme Court. Because once he says that he's going to bring in the 1865 Civil Rights Act, all of a sudden now it goes to the Supreme Court, where in the Supreme Court, he gets 30 minutes, they get 30 minutes. But what they do is they go to the DOJ, Department of Justice, who is now ran by who? Yours truly, Donald Trump. And they write the whole entire thing for Comcast. So pay attention, y'all, because here's where it gets really, really tricky. That
law that was wrote in 1865 was supposedly be for the free slaves, was supposed to get your so-called 40 acres and a mule, correct? Okay, so instead of giving you 40 acres and a mule, basically they saying is all government contracts and or contracts are supposed to be divided equally amongst minorities, which gives us a financial chance to be able to actually be able to make money like them. Well, watch this part, y'all. Now that Donald Trump is involved, now they're going to argue that if he's going to use the Civil Rights Act, what they're trying to do is get rid of it altogether.
Y'all hear that?
So if they lose this case, they about to roll back shit that's been on the books for 150 plus years. They better roll that shit back. Y'all, we about to go back to 1865. I tried to tell y'all, they want y'all in them fields. Y'all better wake the fuck up. Think about this. If they lose, they're going to expunge the Civil Rights Act of 1865. Motherfucker, we in 2019. You mean to tell me you could try to send us all the way back to 1865 and then y'all actually get on this fucking internet and y'all argue that these motherfuckers ain't racist? Dude, don't come on my wall. Please don't. Dude, don't. You know, y'all know who y'all are. You come on, because you cannot argue this one. You mean to tell me y'all, they want to go to Supreme Court so they can roll back the Civil Rights Act of 1865? Motherfucker, do you know how many people died and sacrificed their lives and just to have a fair shot to be able to be businessmen in America? But because we minorities, you want to put a halt to that. So now you're willing to actually abolish the Civil Rights Act of 1865, and you telling me that's not racism? That's not racist? What? Wow, y'all better wake up. Y'all better really wake up and pay attention to the game, man. I swear to God, we got to go back to 1865. God help us.
For
God
real.
help us. Come on, 40, some wicked motherfuckers. They really said that. Wow. Wow, you mean to tell me y'all gonna roll back everything that millions, thousands of people that died for, and y'all knew y'all was wrong then, and now y'all gonna try to get rid of the Civil Rights Act of 1865. Y'all some cold-blooded motherfuckers, dude. Y'all don't have no heart. Y'all don't have no soul. Y'all don't have no empathy. Y'all don't have no conscience. Y'all just some wicked, demonic motherfuckers. Oh, man, now y'all better peep game, man. This shit is getting heavy, y'all. This shit is getting real heavy, man. Going back to 1865. Motherfucker, it's 2019, about to be 2020, and y'all are actually attacking our laws now that help give us some type of reprieve. We didn't kill y'all. We didn't hang y'all. We didn't lynch y'all. We didn't do none of that. Y'all some demonic motherfuckers, dude. Straight the fuck up. Wow. Y'all better pay attention to the game, man. If you don't know some of these words, get you a fucking dictionary and look at the words, because basically what they finna try to do is they about to try to abolish the Civil Rights Law of 1865. And if they are able to do that, y'all, we fucked. We are, I mean, when I say fucked, I mean we are fucked with a capital F, capital U, capital C, capital K. We're done. At that point, y'all don't have no choice but to nut the fuck up and come together. I'll be watching for November the 13th, because this is going to be historic. Motherfucker, we not going back to slavery, dog. We're not going back to slavery. Nah. That's not, no. Descendants of my Latin brothers, my white brothers, my Asian brothers, y'all better pay attention to this one. If y'all don't pay attention to nothing else in y'all life, y'all better be 1865. I can't believe this shit. Hey, bruh, but don't forget, hey, Jason, you are absolutely correct, Jason, but you got to remember one thing. Comcast went to Donald Trump, because this is his administration. So this is where it gets tricky. You're absolutely correct. He has a chance to make a major change. But like Charlemagne the God said to him, well, brother, in all retrospect, if you lose this case, we didn't just kill everything that didn't happen. Byron Allen, pretty much. So basically, it's a wrap. They don't have to give you no contracts. They don't have to do shit with minorities, period, ever again, which means it would only be between them and theirs, which means we're done. We're fucking done. So if you go opening up a business, they're not going to give you grants or monies or loans to start that business because no longer is that law on the books. This is the repercussion that we might have to end up dealing with. That's a scary fucking thought. 1865. Come on, yo. God help us on this one. I don't know. Hey, this might be the one. Hey, this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. This might be that one. I don't see a lot of these minority companies that's trying to start, want to start, and now they are totally disenfranchised and knocked out of the picture totally, 100%. This is done for them. This is over. Ain't no bank gonna give you no money. Ain't nobody gonna help you because you're a minority, and that law is no longer going to be on the books. You're done. If you don't have every penny already, you're done. This is what's about to happen. Wow. Father help us. Wow. Y'all better really pay attention and y'all better read up on it. Jason, I know you stay on your shit. And that's why you, Scott Garrett, all you guys, that's why I love and respect you guys, because you guys pay attention to the game. Unlike the majority of the people, you guys pay attention. And I love you guys for that. That's why I'm going to keep giving information. Hopefully people will do their homework and research and understand what's really at stake over here. You're going to abolish a law that's been on the books since 18. Dog, that's some racism. That's some racism at the highest fucking level. You can't, there's no other way you can put a spin on this. 1865. Motherfucker.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, they basically trying to screw us. All because they willing to abolish that law to keep this black man from buying the Weather Channel. And like I said, depending on how this comes out, and I'm still thinking about it, I got to look into alternatives. I've been had Comcast forever, but I'm really considering getting rid of their ass because, I mean, I'm not good. And when I say I mean, as a black person, I'm not good enough to do business with, but I'm good enough for you to take my money. Really? That's how we doing it? So yeah, like I said, I'm going to, oh, Jesus, I'm going to do some more research on this. And I think what I was supposed to be doing Saturday, that's if I'm feeling good, because like I said, I'm still under the weather. I'm going to do some research on this and trying to bring some more information. I'm going to shoot my boy an email and see if he'd be willing to come on screen and break it down, because he got a thorough understanding on what they trying to do. And y'all, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy, but everything that I had said, I got to pull up something. Like I said, I got to go on Facebook and try to pull up some of my old videos and upload them to here of what I said after Mango Unchained got elected. And I've been damned if everything that I said was gonna go on is not coming to life. It's coming true to form. You're welcome, Just Blaze Detroit. I'm just saying, so people, we got to do our research when it comes to who's gonna be representing us, who gonna be because child, it's a hot. I don't know no other way to put it than the way he put it. And just my cherry on top is gonna be if they rule in favor of Comcast and Charter, it's gonna be a hot ass mess around here. A hot ass mess. But yeah, I got to write that down so I got to shoot him a message, see if I can get him to come on here and really break it down, because he follows all this stuff and he breaks it all the way down. And I had told him once before, I said, you need a YouTube channel. He was like, I really don't fuck with YouTube. So I'm gonna have to do some begging and some pleading, probably to get him to come on, get a day for him to come on, and so we just can discuss this and he can break it down for everybody. Because he had been telling folks even before this fool got elected, if y'all let this clown get in the office, this, and this is gonna happen. And it's going just like he said, you know, because just because somebody look a certain way or they talk a certain way, that don't mean they stupid. That don't mean they're not informed. So yeah, it's gonna get real interesting. So I'm just gonna be looking out. Everybody else is looking forward to, I think they said they was gonna start the impeachment hearings on next Thursday and make them open to the public, which means they're going to show them on TV. Damn, the 14th. I want to see what's going to happen the 13th. How this is going to go down on the 13th. Because I don't know if they're on a rule on that day or if it's going to be like they did Ali and this shit went on with Ali for what, over a year? No, more than a year. Like, but you know what? You know what, Just Black Swan, what I found out is, well, for one, impeachment don't automatically mean removal from office. Because you got to get that other house that's ran by that other side to vote for removal. So, and that ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. So we ain't got to worry about Pence. But I also found out through MSNBC that if it gets proven that Pence knew about this shit too, he can get impeached and removed too. So who's next in line? Let's say that the political gods decided to shine down on us, that you're able to impeach Mango Unchained and remove him. You get Pence ass and remove him. Y'all know who's next in line, right? To run the country until the next election, right? Miss Pelosi. So see, I think, and see, and when MSNBC said, let me know that little bit of information about Pence ass can be impeached and removed too. I was like, I didn't know that. But yeah, so the 13th, and honestly, I don't think they're gonna come back with a decision on it on the 13th. Because, like, if you go in, like I said, you type in Byron Allen's Breakfast Club interview, it's about an hour and 15 minutes long, but you go to that 43 minute mark and let it play from there. He breaks down, and this man said he has spent millions because this has been going on. He's been trying to do this since, I want to say, Obama's first term. So yeah, but like I said, y'all keep on going. Worry about a van. And from what been popping up on my notifications while I've been down, it's been about a van, a skillet, and little Riri over there. It's finna get real interesting, people. But see, this is how stuff always goes down. They get the masses' minds off of onto other bullshit. Because I just think it's ironic. And see, now my inner conspiracy theorist is kicking in. That damn chicken sandwich came back out in November. And you got fools fighting and killing each other over the damn chicken sandwich. That's a whole nother lie for a whole nother time that I do not have the energy right now in me to address. Then, okay, you have the elections that was just this past Tuesday. Like I said, and I have to admit, I didn't vote in this past election because, like, it won the general, and it won one that was where we were picking like the governor or mayor or anything like that. So I didn't bother to vote, but I got to get out of that because I'm one of those that the only two elections that I really vote in is the midterm and the general. Those are the only ones that I got to start getting up off my ass and voting in all of them. So this dumbass chicken sandwich come out on the 3rd. Folks lose their damn mind. You got 2 folks, I think, in Baltimore that have been killed over this sandwich. Right down the street, you might as well say, around the corner from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You know, not too far from it. If my geography is right. Then you got this case that can undo the Civil Rights Act of 1865, not 1965, because the one in 1965 was just an amendment to what they did in 1865 and 1891. And then they just sensationalized this impeachment here, which honestly, yeah, I want the motherfucker impeached. And the only way I would want him impeached is if it's gonna do one or two things. They got the votes to get his ass up out of there, or it's enough evidence for him to do like Nixon did. And that's to just be like, oh, I ain't going out like that. I resign, which we know ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because even let's say next year election he get voted out. Come January 20, he ain't gonna leave up out of there volunteer. That fool gonna file so many different lawsuits to hold on to that office. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous. But now one thing I did see that Jay Wilson did last night, because he did a vlog in and he had sent me an email, but like I said, I wasn't fit to come on no camera, and especially he was like, you got to show your face. Oh, then well, no, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm thinking about doing that one day. I don't know, to discuss this topic. You know, I just want to bring it to everybody's attention. So if we wake up, let's say they do rule on this, let's say they rule, it take them a week, and we wake up on the 20th to find out that we back in 1865, it won't be, oh my, I didn't know. Well, if you know now. Like I said, if you really want to find out what's going on, even on YouTube, type in politics in the search on YouTube, and it's a whole nother side over there. It's a whole other side. But that's my email address. If you want to get it, you want to, shoot me an email, let me know what you thought about it. If any, comments, criticism, concerns, you can reach me there. I'm finna get ready to get off here because I'm on here like 30 minutes longer than what I thought I was gonna be. I appreciate everybody for coming over. Oh God, I'm finna get off here and get some of this medicine in me. Man, what my goddamn going? Oh, hell no. I'm sorry, y'all. Wait a minute. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. But as always, thank y'all for coming over. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for subbing. Thank y'all for sharing. I'm finna get off here and try to get some medicine or something to help me get rid of this bug. And remember, stop trying to be what society says you should be. Be who God made you to be. You made that way on purpose. And with that, y'all take care.